What's up, Posy people? My name's Frank, and today we're gonna cook some fish tacos. So to make this dish, we're gonna need a couple key ingredients. You're gonna need some fish, of course. Today I'm using some tilapia. You're gonna need some breadcrumbs to give the fish some texture. You're gonna need some tortillas, of course. Today I'm using some white corn tortillas. We're gonna need some lime juice just to kind of give them a little bit of zest once we're all done. You're gonna need a tomato, which you're gonna cut up and dice. You're gonna need some coleslaw. Now this is the unsauced coleslaw, so it's just basically dry cabbage and carrots and stuff like that. You're gonna need some cilantro, which you're gonna use as a garnish. You're gonna need some Thousand Island dressing, which we're gonna use instead of the coleslaw sauce. I think it gives it a little bit richer and zestier of a flavor. And then finally, you're gonna need some green onions. I have these pre-cut, but you're also gonna wanna dice them a little bit more than this, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So the cocktail we're gonna be drinking today is the Whiskey Sunrise. It is 1 part bourbon, 2 parts orange juice, and 1 part grenadine. Now the first thing you're gonna wanna do is thaw out your fish if you haven't already. If you've already done that, you're gonna wanna go ahead and lay out your breadcrumbs on some sort of flat surface so you can roll the fish in it. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to get an even coating of breadcrumbs along the entire surface of the fish. This is going to allow us to get a nice, crispy, crunchy texture. Boom, there we go. Now after you've breaded your fish, you're gonna make sure your pan is oiled. You can use canola oil, olive oil, basically anything. Then you're gonna turn on your heat to about medium-high to high heat, about an 8 or a 9, because we're really gonna wanna blacken the crust on this fish to give it a nice crunch. While you're waiting for your pan to heat up, you can go ahead and start picking through your cilantro, getting some nice leaves, and also cutting your onions and your tomato. Now that our pan is heated up nice and hot, we can go ahead and throw in our fish. If it's sizzling, that means you did it right. Now while that cooks, you can go ahead and grab your drink and just chill for a sec. Now fish is kind of tricky sometimes because it cooks very fast. It gets dark very quickly, so you just kind of have to keep your eye on it. As you can see, the oil on the pan is already starting to brown a little bit, which is not exactly what we want, but as long as we can get the fish to get nice and dark without burning the oil too much, we should be fine. While the fish is over there cooking, hopefully not getting burned to shit, we can go ahead and work on our prep for our tacos. As you can see, I've got the tortillas already laid out. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay a really thin layer of Thousand Island dressing on the bottom of these tacos. Just like that. So we've got the base down, gives it a little bit of extra flavor. Now let's check on the fish. Looks like it's pretty done, so we're gonna go ahead and pull it off of the heat. And go ahead and turn the heating element off. Now comes the fun part. Putting it all together. So first you're gonna wanna take the spatula and cut the fish right down the middle. There's usually like a natural seam where you can just put your spatula in there and just slice the fish in half. So as you can see, I'm throwing the fish right in the middle of the tortillas. At this point, you're gonna open up your coleslaw and sprinkle that right inside. Next, the tomatoes. Then the green onions. Then finally, the cilantro. And there you have it, your own dope as fish tacos. Man, all that hard work really made me work up a sweat. refreshing. Well guys, thanks so much for tuning in and cooking these dope ass tacos with me. I've got a bunch of crazy ideas for this show just rolling around in my head, so stay tuned, more Drunchies are on the way. As always, my name's Frank Telesca. Cook Posy and enjoy your tacos. Oh yeah.